Coming to you from beautiful Wilkes County in the foothills of the Blue Ridge Mountains in North Carolina, we invite you to the musical world of the Kruger brothers. Sit back, relax, and welcome to the show with your hosts, the Kruger brothers.
Hello, everybody. Here we are.
Once again, the Three Musketeers.
As you can see, welcome to our little show. You can see it's still light outside, and it's because this is a pre-recorded show, because Uwe and me are now in Switzerland, actually, right now.
Funny, you don't look like you're in Switzerland.
Well, actually, you said that the last show.
I know, and it still freaks me out. Yeah, I'm missing you already. I mean, it's like your holograms are here or something.
Thank you, Joe. Well, you know, we thought while we're on tour in Switzerland, it would be still nice to have you really give you the shows that we do. And of course, this is nobody has seen this show except Sarah. She has seen this show. But nobody has seen this show.
It's a premiere, yes.
No, it's a premiere, so really it almost is like live. And we're going to be here as a trio with Joel. Welcome, Joel.
Thank you, yes. I'm Los Tres Chiflandos.
Yes. So the first song we're going to do...
So we got us a couple of songs that, you know, since we got to be in Zurich, and I'm going to stay in Zurich again, what I call my hometown, maybe we do a couple of songs that we did that we learned back then and through the years, you know, connected us to Zurich and to Switzerland. And like this song, the first time I heard this song was I did 1 year of gymnasium, which is like high school. It's a different high school. It's a different high school, a very demanding high school. I did about a year of that, or a year and a half. Yes. But I had a great music teacher, and I was really. That was one of the.
So what happened?
Well, I've
Didn't you pay attention?
I failed in math and Latin. You know, this is what really hell for me. But Armin Schiebler was his name. He was a really a well-known composer in Switzerland, and he was a really, you know, like one morning we came into class, and he was sitting there, and it was completely dark, just a candle on his. He had a grand piano, a Steinway, in his classroom, and there was just a candle on the Steinway.
And he had clothes on.
And he had, he was,
okay.
you know, but he sat there and he played Pathétique, you know, from. And we had to just and then when he was done, it was the lesson. We had to leave again, and stuff like that, you know. But he loved these American folk songs. Yeah, he was a drama queen.
He was a drama.
But Armin Schiebler was something else, you know. So this is a song that we had in our songbook. Let's see if I can still remember it. Those children all dressed in white, they look like the children of the Israelites. Wade in the water, wade in the water, children, wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. See all children all dressed in red, they look like the children that Moses led. Wade in the water, wade in the water, children, wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. Dressed in black, they're leaving this town, ain't never coming back. Wade in the water, wade in the water, children, wade in the water. gonna trouble the water. All the children all dressed in white. They look like the children of the Israelites. Wade in the water, wade in the water, children, wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. God's gonna trouble the water. God's gonna trouble the water. That's an old
I had
song.
2 notes in there that were really funky. I don't know what I did.
Well, if you play them softly, then they're wrong notes. If you play them loud, they're interpretation.
Yes, exactly.
Are they?
It was an interesting interpretation.
Thank you, Joel.
Yeah, my pleasure.
I need that encouragement.
That's from me?
From Joel?
From me?
From Joel.
Moi? Moi?
What, Joel?
So how is it in Switzerland right now?
Actually, Switzerland.
Cold. It's cold right now.
The concerts
Okay.
are going really well.
That's
You know,
good.
We're having great concerts. And I already had my first Landjäger.
Yeah, I know you like that
Haselnuss
stuff.
yogurt.
Do me a favor and have a fondue for me.
I'll do that, Joel. I'll have
Thank
your
you.
whole fondue.
Thank you. Fondue
Actually,
for you.
We're pre-recording this show before we actually have to do the live stream.
Yes, exactly.
And so Jody just walked in for the live stream later, and so he's puzzled. What am I doing here? He came in really
Well, it's that
like a
time warp.
cowboy,
It's
you
the
know?
time warp continuum thing.
like
you
a
know?
cowboy doing his morning stroll. That's how he walked in. Like, where are the camels? I hear my camels over there. They're already playing music. Okay. What do you wanna do,
What's
Rick?
next? Yeah.
Hey, how about Wabash Cannonball?
Oh. Well, let's see if I can remember all the words. Some of the words at
was it,
least.
in G?
In G. I think we did it on G, right?
J.
The good old Wabash Cannonball key.
Yes. Actually, Jody could
You
join us.
want to do a reggae version of the jingle, the rumble, and the right through
What do you
the
think, Jody? It's great, right? It's really that fun.
No.
No.
From the great Atlantic Ocean to the wide Pacific shore, from the hills of Minnesota to the icebound Labrador. Great big combination, and she's loved by one and all. Mighty combination called the Wabash Cannonball. listen to the jingle, the rumble, and the roar as she glides through the woodlands, through the hills and by the shore. Hear the mighty rush of the engine, hear the lonesome hobo's call, traveling through the jungle on the Wabash Cannonball. Cold December day, she pulled into the station. You would hear all the people say, here's a gal from Tennessee, she's long and she's tall, great big combination called Wabash Cannonball. Listen to the jingle, the rumble, and the roar as she glides through the woodlands, through the hills and by the shore. Hear the mighty rush of the engine, hear the lonesome hobo's call, carrying through the jungle on Wabash Cannonball. His name forever stand. He brought you the song to remember in this land. His earthly days are over and the curtains round him fall. They carry him home to victory on the Wabash Cannonball. Come listen to the jingle, the rumble, and the roar as she glides through the woodlands, through the hills and by the shore. Hear the mighty rush of the engine, hear the lonesome hobo's call, traveling through the jungle on the Wabash Cannonball. As she glides through the woodlands, through the hills and by the shore. Hear the mighty rush of the engine, hear the lonesome hobo's call, traveling through the jungle on the Wabash Cannonball.
If I could do that beginning one more time, I would.
It's too late now.
Jody is sitting there. He makes me nervous.
No, man.
Hey, can't you get a cajon and play with us?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
No, you just enjoyed sitting there.
You sit there thinking, wow. How do they say in Wilkes County? They don't say why. They say wow.
Wow.
What is it? How does it? Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Sounds sheep. It sounds like sheep-esque, does it? Sheep.
No, that's wah.
Sheep-esque.
Wah.
Anyway, no, I want to thank you for tuning in to this pre-recorded show. Really,
yeah.
Because we're hoping you enjoy this. You know, because
We certainly hope so. Yeah.
We're having fun.
I always have fun.
Jens,
I do.
Jens,
I always have fun. I don't look like it.
You want to do this? This is one of those songs that my dad loved so much. Your dad too, I think. Wayward Wind. You remember we used to do this in Branson and stuff?
Yes.
Yes.
What does that mean, wayward?
Wayward Wind.
Wayward is like someone who's gone away and or strayed off the path. Kind of.
So it's wind that's straight off the path?
Well, it's
It's a wild wind, you know.
What would you say, Sarah? Is that what it is?
I would say that it's wind that has a mind of its own.
Yes, a wind with a mind of its own. But I think, Joel, that's kind of politically incorrect to do this, but want to do it anyway?
But, you know,
yes. I'm just I'm gonna
wind that has a mind of its own. It's like when you eat too many beans. Is it that?
No, it's not that kind of wind.
It's not that kind of wind when you eat too many beans.
No,
the wind that has a mind of its
no,
own.
no. Now, here we go. Are you? In a little old shack by the railroad track, I spent my younger days. And I guess the sound of the eastward bound made me a slave to your wandering ways. And the wayward wind is a restless wind, a restless wind that yearns to wander, and I was born the next of kin, the next of kin to a wayward wind. Play me one of the ends. Oh, I met a girl in a border town, vowed we'd never part.
Hola, señorita, ¿cómo está?
I tried so hard to settle down. She's now alone with a broken heart, and the wayward wind is a restless wind, a restless wind that yearns to wander, and I was born the next of kin, the next of kin to a wayward wind, the next of kin to the wayward wind.
Gracias.
Joel, that was, I don't know, that verse. What did you say?
I figured, what did I what?
What did you say there?
What did I say? I just
Was
said,
it in Spanish? Was it in
Hola,
Spanish?
señorita, ¿cómo está? I said, hello, lovely young lady. How are you?
Oh, how are you?
How are you?
Oh,
That was nice.
with virtually no accent.
After 7
know,
years
we-
of Spanish, I
We
should
used
hope
to
that.
play that. We used to play that in Branson a lot. And
Yes.
you know, and it's nice. I want to go back to Branson and take Jody with us.
Oh,
Yeah, oh,
yes, we've got to do that.
Yes.
Well,
No, playing drums. Playing drums, you know, full drum kit. Have you ever been to Branson, Jody? Have you been to Branson, Sarah?
No, but you can take Rob as a bodyguard too.
You what? What?
You could take Rob as a bodyguard and Jody as a drummer.
Oh, there you go. Now that's
That's a
some
team.
smart thinking there.
That's a
We'll
team.
take Rob as a bodyguard and Jody play drums.
Rob,
and of
that's
course
how- that's
Sarah's
how-
got to
that's how
come along.
jokes start, you know. Rob
the bodyguard.
and Jody
Yeah.
went into a bar. How
Zurich,
about-
you know, we were talking about Zurich before, and I wrote a little tune with Zurich in
nice,
mind.
yes.
A little country song, too.
While we're in B flat.
While we're in B flat, yeah. It's called Warm Evening Breeze. And, you know, Zurich is built around Lake Zurich, and there's a river coming out of this lake called the Limmat. And in the evening, you stroll along the Limmat. It's nice and dark and very romantic, the old town of Zurich.
it
It's
is
beautiful. You know,
old
it's
town.
there's some linden trees and they smell beautifully in the spring. And it was just one of those favorite spots where you would, you know, go take a walk with your date back then, you know,
Yes.
with your girlfriend. And it just,
You remember, Uwe, when you walk down to the lake, and we had teachers, They were, you know, and history is a big thing in Europe. You know, you really. And then they showed us these poles that in the water, you can still see these poles in the water, and they were from settlements 4,000 years ago. And you can see these poles in the water, and they say, can you imagine? They put them there 4,000 years ago, and they're still there.
To be above
and
the water,
there used to be houses on top of them, you know. And
That's when it started. And then Zurich was named Zurich in Roman times. You know, it was a big, it was a big Turicum. Yes, it was a big toll gate basically. You know, because the river was a big highway back then to transport a lot of stuff. So I wrote this little tune called "The Warm Evening Breeze." Let's see if I remember all the words. Oh, warm evening breeze gently rolls down the hill. The city lies sleeping, everything is still. Down by the lake, in a distance I see a boy and his girl, hand in hand by the quay. For them the whole world is a ballroom tonight. They're dancing along 'neath the harvest moonlight. They dance to a tune only lovers can hear, and it makes all their worries and fears disappear. I remember when I was that boy long ago. You were that girl, how I loved you so. The night was so dark, all the stars in the sky sparkled like diamonds when I looked in your eyes. For us, the whole world was a ballroom that night. We were dancing along 'neath the harvest moonlight. We danced to a tune only lovers can hear, and it made all our worries and fears disappear. We were so much in love until that fateful day. I held your hand, but you just slipped away. I feel lonesome now and then, but it soothes me to see that boy and his girl hand in hand by the quay. For them the whole world is a ballroom tonight. They're dancing along 'neath the harvest moonlight. They dance to a tune only lovers can hear, and it makes all their worries and fears disappear. And it makes all my worries and tears disappear.
I must admit that it's one of the favorite songs you've ever written. I think
It
that's
really sets a great picture in my mind of the lake and just this beautiful downtown,
And it's just-
Old Town Zurich.
it's
a
just
great-
right, you know, how you can see the kids, you know. I mean, last month I was, you know, not last month, but, you know, now it's last month, but I was trick-or-treating for the first time with my grandchildren.
Yeah, it's great.
And, you know, I never was. I was always on the road. Never I had been at a trick-or-treating. You know, with my kids, because, you know, of course in Switzerland they didn't do that, but I was with them, and that was fantastic. I had so much
Oh, you were down in Huntersville, right?
I was down in Huntersville. It was great. They live in this beautiful development, and there were hundreds of kids. And just to see these kids that sort of ignited a lightness in my heart I haven't known for a long time. So it was just beautiful to be part of that. And that's exactly what that talks about. You know, you see the kids, you see young people, how they, you know, see the world, and it does something to you. You know, it gives you another perspective and a lot of hope. You know.
Oh yes.
Who said that? You know, better be a hopeless fool than a pessimist. That's right.
Yep.
So
You just said that, so yeah.
I don't think that's from me, but I love that, you know, because that's what we are. That's why we became musicians.
Yes.
Hopeless fools.
You know?
Hopeless fools.
Optimistic fools.
Optimistic. And yes.
Optimistic fools. You know, it's better than to be a pessimist. That's right. Yeah, that's the better way to live, I think, most of the time.
Yep.
Maybe not for a brain surgeon, but for me. So what else?
Oh, I have another song that I have on the list that I remember when I went to a store up there. And I always went through the sales rack. You know, that was at a grocery store. Actually, they sold some LPs, records. And I got this for like $2.50, you know, which was a lot of money back then.
What are you talking about?
It was a record that was recorded by Big Bill Brunsey.
Oh.
I had no idea who that was, but he looked like it was a blues record. And, and so I got that record. It changed my life really, because it really was an amazing. There's a song on there that I've been playing ever since, and I don't know. Want to do that, baby? Please don't go. I just.
Yes, I think
It took years until I found, got that version that, what was it in Woodstock? Who did it? Baby, please don't go. Baby, please don't go.
That's moving.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Not Lovin' Spoonful, but something.
But it's but
I'll have to look that up. Yeah.
But so we're gonna do it in a different key now.
Can't heat or somebody like that.
Exactly.
I just wanted to ask Sarah how the interwebs are doing, but there's nobody
Nobody's watching yet.
Baby, please don't go. Baby, please don't go. Baby, please don't go. Love you so, baby, please so. You know I'm way down here. You know way down here. You know I'm way down here. This old parchment front. Baby, please don't go. Baby, please don't go. Baby, please don't go. Baby, please don't go down to New Orleans. You know it hurts me so. Turn your lamp down low. Turn your lamp down low. Oh, turn your lamp down low, 'cause I love you so. Oh, baby, please don't go. Oh, baby, please don't go. Baby, please don't go. Oh, baby, please don't go down to New Orleans. You know it hurts me so. down here, old Parchment Farm. Oh, baby, please don't go. Baby, please don't go. Baby, please don't go. Baby, please don't go down to New Orleans. You know it hurts me so. Down to New Orleans, down to New Orleans. You know it hurts me so.
Anya told me she was on a vacation with her boyfriend. Anya's my daughter, and so she's the coolest daughter. She's really cool.
She is really cool.
And she went to Nashville.
Yes.
And she really liked Nashville. And she booked a Grand Ole Opry backstage tour. And I thought it was the Ryman, the old Grand Ole Opry. But she booked a backstage tour of the new Grand Ole Opry.
Okay.
And she said it was absolutely fascinating. And they went to the Country Music Hall of Fame. And she said she didn't know all about this history and all that. And then she called me up and said, "Did you play there?"
Did you?
"Did you really?" I said, "Yes." Can you imagine? There's Chet Atkins, and then you go out on stage after that. How bad you must feel, like what do I have to offer, after that? But anyway, but Anya, then she went to Memphis.
Did she go to Graceland?
No.
Okay.
But she
Well,
said,
I mean, if they were doing the tour thing.
Memphis, I don't know, for some reason Memphis was completely empty. She said there was nobody on the streets. They were pretty much the only people there, and they went to eat good barbecue.
Yeah, that's
and
Memphis
stuff,
is. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then they went on the other side, and they went to
On Beale Street.
Yeah, so they went to
course.
the Blues Club, and she said the band in there was just unbelievably good. And they played for 3 hours straight, and they listened to them for 3 hours. They said, the best night. I mean, she said, what a band. I mean, really, what a band. And she said, I'll never come ever to any of your concerts ever again.
There you go.
No, she didn't say that. No, she didn't say that. Anya is one of these, and she heard more banjo in her life than many people will ever get to hear. Maybe except Joel and Uwe.
Jens, I know we have not looked at this, but would you do Reuben for me?
I don't know if I can do it.
Well, we don't have to do it as fast as we used to.
No, I mean, it's not about fast. I don't know. It's just
Ooh, I got to remember all my parts.
Because that was one of those tunes that we really fell in love with too when we were kids, right? Reuben's Train.
I know there was an album. It was recorded in Nashville,
Yeah.
and Doc Watson was invited to play with Flatt and Scruggs. That's the Flatt Earl Scruggs, and they recorded an instrumental album, and it was called Strictly Instrumental. And as the story goes, Doc Watson was in Nashville, and he had a appendix,
Appendicitis.
appendicitis, yes. And he felt really, really bad, and he went through this entire recording, with this excruciating pain, and then he had to go to the hospital right after.
And have his appendix removed.
Yes, and actually Earl Scruggs paid for the entire procedure.
Wow.
That's the story. But when we were kids, we had that album, and we never heard guitar play like that, like Doc
Or
Watson
banjo,
played,
really.
or banjo, really. It sounded so good. It was, I think, recorded in 1966. But Reuben's Train is really one of these things that that comes out of this steam engine idea. When you would stand by a railroad track and you never hardly get to go anywhere when you're a kid, right, or young, because you're home, you're working on a farm, and you can hear that railroad whistle at night, and you run down there just to see that steam locomotive go by. And it's going far away. That's all you know. It's going cross country.
Coming
It's
down
going
the
somewhere.
line.
It's going down somewhere, and you want to jump on that train. You want to go. So that longing, I think, is in these sounds and melodies, that come out of that. And today, of course, that's not so relevant anymore. But it used to be just that
It was
longing.
a big part of American culture.
It
still,
really is. It really was.
And and when we go out west sometimes, and we see those humongous trains. I mean, I'm still fascinated by that. You know, when we go out to Wyoming and places like that, where we played in North Dakota, and they have these incredibly long trains and huge trains compared to the trains that we had in Europe. You know, in Switzerland, the trains are much, much smaller because they have to go across the mountains and stuff. But the trains here are absolutely fascinating. You know?
Yeah, we're going to tell you about a hotel we once stayed in. We stayed in a hotel, and it was very cheap. You know, we checked in, and
It was very cheap.
very cheap.
It
A
was
beautiful
very cheap,
hotel. So we got into the room, and we shared room. You know, there was one bed there by the window, and my bed, you know, closer to that bathroom section part. And we were in there, and all of a sudden we heard rumbling. The whole floor is shaking. So, wow, what in the world is that? So
we look out the door, and sure enough, there was a train right next to the hotel, a track. And then
we didn't notice when
that train took at least 20 minutes to pass by. You know,
there was rumbling.
Yeah, they said, okay, now we can sleep. So we went back in bed,
and then a bigger rumble came, and right beside my bed is the bathroom, and I opened this bathroom window, and if I would have reached out, I would touch the wagons. Right?
So this hotel was built between two tracks.
We didn't notice, but that's why it was so cheap. You know?
runaway
This one
train.
part I should. You didn't warn me about.
Yeah,
I
you
should
didn't.
have
And
looked-
you
I
didn't
should have
start with
looked
your
at
singing.
more.
You just,
What?
I usually.
I should have looked at that part, but
I should have looked the whole time. The whole song. Really,
I don't know.
That was embarrassing, but that's
No,
it
that
was a
was
good
not
song. It's a good-
embarrassing.
You remember?
Sarah was clapping.
I was
Jody,
looking.
Jody wasn't moving.
He was
Jody's
just happy
taking a
that
nap.
he didn't have to play along with this.
I've never heard you play that live before.
Huh?
I've never heard you play that live before.
Mm-hmm.
I loved it.
Oh,
Well,
thank
did we
you,
have a
Sarah.
friend down in Maryville? His name was like who was completely always freaking out when we played that song. The helicopter
Yes,
pilot.
the
No,
guy-
no, no.
the guy-
He was about Cumberland Gap.
Cumberland Gap. That's right.
Cumberland Gap,
No,
yeah.
but who liked? No,
Leon.
Leon.
Leon, yes, and his sons.
Leon was first class guy.
He was.
He was a helicopter pilot, and for many years in Vietnam.
Yeah. Yep.
And then he was
And he
teaching people how to fly helicopters.
Yeah.
And he said he would never ever go take a ride with those guys in Dollywood.
Yes.
And he would always say, Cumberland Gap.
And he always stood up. And he stood up.
Yeah, he stood up. He would stand up and look at the crowd. Yes, Cumberland Gap, you know. And it's just a...
Made him the happiest guy in the world.
Absolutely. I mean, that was actually...
Back at the
Doesn't
time.
matter what we think of this, you know. I mean, it's not... But it made him happy.
It made him
you know?
the happiest guy in the world.
Yeah, it really did, you know. And that was worth it. It was all worth it.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry for that, if you didn't like that.
But it's like Blue Eyes Crying in the Rain.
Well,
Do that, or you want to do the instrumental stuff? How much time have we got left?
We got about time for a couple more.
Let's do that instrumental.
Yeah, let's slow it down a moment
I
since we
wa- I
played so
once had
fast right now.
We once, you know, we were playing, I think, the second Byron Berline Festival, the International Bluegrass Festival in Guthrie, Oklahoma, and Willie Nelson was the
headliner, yes.
headliner, and he came up to play, and then he invited a bunch of people on stage. I was one of them to play with Willie, you know, for a part of the set, and that was an experience and a half.
Somewhere I have a fuzzy picture of you on stage.
I look
with
like
him.
a caveman.
Yeah, you had
You had long hair then still, yeah.
And I was making a remark on stage about this long hair, and then a little old lady came up to me and she came up to my brother and said, "Don't you worry about your brother with the hair.
And she said, "You look
just like Jesus
on them old pictures."
Yeah.
Don't listen to that brother of yours. Don't listen to that brother of yours. You look just like Jesus on them old pictures. And that was in that was in Dollywood.
And that's when you bought the Flowbee, didn't you?
That's when I bought the Flowbee. Well, actually, you know, Jody needs a haircut, and I got a Flowbee. How handy is that? He's just shaking his head. Like, okay. And,
So you want to do these? You said something about Guthrie. So
yes, but Guthrie. So
we hope we can go back to Guthrie.
Yes.
We met a bunch of the folks when we played in Oklahoma a few weeks ago.
Yeah, Emily and sister, you know, and everybody.
And Byron's widow.
Yeah, it's just
It was just
good to see everybody. So, but this one I think Willie wrote, right?
I think you did, yes. And what was the man's name who rented you your apartment, your house when you first came in? Cheryl.
Cheryl Pardue, yeah.
That was the song that he always wanted to hear when he came over to the porch when we were playing out there. He just wanted to hear that song, right?
That's right. That's right.
He
I
loved
still
this
stay
thing.
in touch with the boys.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's give it a try, okay? twilight glow I see her, blue eyes crying in the rain. And as we kissed goodbye and parted, I knew we'd never meet again. Love is like a dying ember, and only memories remain. Through the ages I remember blue eyes crying in the rain. When we meet again up yonder, we'll stroll hand in hand again through a land that knows no pardon. Eyes crying in the rain, blue eyes crying in the rain.
That was nice.
Yeah,
That was nice. We have a little bit of time. Why don't we do Slow Clouds and Private Angel
Yeah.
for something a little different? What do you think?
yeah, that'll be a nice ending. And then
Yes.
before it goes back into da-da-da-da.
That's right. Yes. Slow
Folks,
Clouds.
next week, just want to say, next week we're going to be hopefully live again here from the studio. If everything runs smooth and we come back from
Oh, that's right. This is
Switzerland,
the
this
last
is the last
okay,
one of
yeah,
the,
this is
of
the
the,
last
of
one
the
of
recorded
these, and
ones, yes.
Lord willing, and the airlines cooperate, you'll be back.
Yes, you know, and everything runs smooth, you know, like I always hope that it does. And we just want to thank you so much for keeping the trust in us and watching our shows and using our tip jar as well. You know, we still depend on it very much so. We go to Switzerland, but it's not gonna be. It's not.
You can't live off fondue and love alone.
No.
Chocolate helps.
I know.
Chocolate does help.
Yeah, but chocolate has this awful side effect. You know. That
Yes, I know. It makes my clothes shrink.
No, I
too.
know. But remember when we talk about chocolate? Remember with the chocolate fountain, and we played this very ritzy housewarming party near Lake Norman.
Yep.
And there were all these very, 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 very rich people, and they just furnished their house, you know, with millions of dollars. And they had a chocolate fountain, and the hostess, you know, was in this beautiful flowery dress, and she made a step backward and she stumbled into the chocolate fountain, and the chocolate fountain and her sort of mingled like a wrestling team on that floor.
on the $100,000
Yes.
shag carpet. You know.
The white
No,
shag carpet.
it was outside. You know, but you know, it was such a sight to see, and nobody was able to laugh. You know, everybody's like holding their breath, turning away, and the faces that couldn't laugh was more funny than the laughter that could have been. I mean, it was just.
You don't laugh when that happens to your boss's wife, you know.
No, you don't. So here we go.
really
But
nice.
slow life. When I was a kid, I always thought that everything material is nothing else than slowed down lights. That's what I thought, and that's why I thought, let's make a tune out of this.
Wait a second. Wait. I got to turn the reverb on.
The reverb is important for that one.
See you next Wednesday.
See you next Wednesday. Take care. Bye-bye. We love you. Bye-bye.